Hey, what's up guys? So today I'm going to walk you through how I would get my first $100,000 if I had to start all over again. Now, I know a lot of people make that sound like it's easy, but trust me, I've been through this, and if you've ever been through the trenches, starting a startup from scratch, bootstrapping, no following, no rich uncle giving you money, you know it's not easy. And the thing is though, it's simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. And I say that because I've been there. I've lost everything more than once and I had to build everything from scratch without daddy's money, right? So today I'm going to share with you exactly what I would do if I had to start from zero. No money, no context, no fancy strategies, no investors, just the raw actionable steps on what I would do to hit $100,000. So let's break this down. The first thing I would do is to sell something high ticket. Why? Because it takes just as much effort to sell a $1,000 product as it does to sell a $10,000 product. And the difference is the higher ticket the item, the faster you can hit your target. Think about it. To make $100,000, you can either sell 100 things or $1,000 of 10 things for $10,000. Which would you rather do? Right back when I first started, I didn't have much to offer, but I knew I could learn quickly. So I picked up something that businesses already needed, like helping them get more leads, running ads, or building funnels. And I became so obsessed with learning it. I sold my service before I even perfected it, and I recommend you to do the same. Of course, I'm not asking you to go out there and scam people, right? You gotta know at least the basics, but you don't need to have it all figured out before you start selling. As Alex Hormozi says, if you don't know how to sell, you don't have a business. So learn to sell and focus on something high ticket right from the start. That's what I would do. Next, select something people need right now. Sell a painkiller, not a vitamin. A vitamin is nice to have, but a painkiller instantly removes any pain that someone is going through. What I mean is this: don't sell something that's just nice or fun to have. Sell something that solves a burning problem. Think about this. When people are in pain, they're willing to pay to stop that pain. When I started out, I found that businesses always needed more customers, more sales, more growth. So I sold them solutions to those problems. And even today, I focus on services and products that are absolute painkillers because these are the ones that people can't ignore. Now, vitamins are a multi-billion-dollar industry. I'm not saying you can't run a business just running on selling vitamin-like services. I think especially in the early days when you don't have much funding, the simple way to start is always understand what is the problem they're facing and just solving that straight away. So if you want to make more money, solve bigger problems, and this is key. The bigger and the more urgent the problem, the more people are willing to pay for it. Now, here's the part where a lot of people get stuck. They think that they need to build a brand before they can sell anything. But when you're starting from scratch, forget branding for a minute. You need results fast. And that's where direct response marketing comes in. Direct response, what does it actually mean, right? Direct response, back then I used to be very confused. I used to think it's those scammy kind of landing pages, but it literally means very good copywriting that creates marketing that makes people want to take action right now. Not tomorrow, not next week, but right now. Whether it's an email campaign, a cold call, or an ad, the goal is to get people to buy or at least get them on a call with you. That's direct response marketing. Building a great brand is important, but it doesn't get you money in the door now. That's what you need, especially in the early days. One example that really worked for me was using cold email. I found businesses running ads on Google and I sent them an email saying, hey, I've noticed you're spending money on ads. What if I could help you get organic traffic that doesn't cost you a dime? That was a painkiller for them and it got me in the door. Direct response is all about volume and persistence. As Alex Hormozi says, the number one thing that separates the winners from the losers is volume. You got to put in the work. Next, this is a huge one. If you want to get to $100,000 fast, you need to create an offer that's so good that people feel stupid saying no. This is what the guy who wrote the book Sell Like Crazy, Sabri Subi, this is what he calls the Godfather offer. When I was selling SEO and funnel building services, I made sure to sweeten the deal. I'd say something like, look, you don't have to pay me until I deliver the results. And if you don't see results in 30 days, you don't pay a cent, right? When I was launching Sigma School, what I told people was, let me help you learn full stack software development from scratch in 3 months and get a job after that. If you don't get a job, I'll give you your money back 100%, no questions asked. So people couldn't say no to that because it's so attractive. The risk was almost entirely on me. It's not on them. So it's all about removing as much risk as possible for the customer. You are in your early days. They're taking a lot of risk just trusting you. So you got to take away as much risk as possible, especially in the early days. The more you can make it a no-brainer, the easier it is to close the deal. If you are currently having something that you're trying to sell and you can't close people, that's only one thing you got to do is to improve your offer. If your offer is so attractive that they will feel stupid saying no to, it's just so difficult for them to reject you, right? So refine your offer. I've seen people with great offers and a okay-ish product get started and getting the cash flow in just because they got the offer piece right. So in the early days, you got to get your offer right. The first sale you make is selling the customer on your offer. If your offer is irresistible, the rest just becomes so much easier. Trust me on that. The biggest mistakes I see people make when they're starting out is that they wait too long to learn the skills that they need. When I was first grinding to get my first 100K, I spent every spare moment learning. The first thing that I did was, after I left my job, when I started learning to code, right? The first thing that I did was immediately find a way to kind of, in a way, replace my main working hours with lesser amount of working hours so I can spend every other hour improving myself and learning new skills. Whether it was watching YouTube videos, reading books, or just testing new marketing strategies, I was just learning every step of the way. That's what they say, right? In your 20s, learn, and in your 30s, earn. Of course, the number here, 20 or 30, it's really up to you. But for me, it's always about learning and earning all the time, especially in the early days. You need to keep sharpening your skills. Note, when I say sharpening your skills, I don't mean formal education. You do not need formal education. There's a famous quote that says, do not let university affect your education. For me, most of the things I know today and most of the things that contributed to most of my growth in tech, in finance, and everything, right, is going to be YouTube and Google. Podcasts are free. You can literally watch Harvard University's lectures all for free online. You can find any information that you need online. We're no longer in the 80s where you have to go to the library and figure things out. No, everything is at the fingertip. Information is out there. You just got to put in the work and commit. This is the same thing I tell my students at Sigma School before I onboard my students. I'll tell them that there are so many free materials out there. Why have you tried using those materials yet before committing to this course with us, right? And I want to make sure that each and every one of them has tried and join us for a specific reason. And most of the time, people join Sigma School not for information. They join for the projects that we have. They join for the support that we have, and they join for the assistance to get a job. And most importantly, for the accountability. They know that we're going to be there, push them forward every single day. You have to commit to learning and improving every day. Every skill you learn is a new tool that you can put in your tool belt. The more tools you have, the more problems you solve. That's why what I really like to do is I like to see life as just a game, right? A game where you level yourself out every single day, or you don't need to do it every single day. It could be every month or every year. It doesn't matter, right? But if you see life as a game and you see yourself leveling up every time you go through an obstacle, life just becomes so much more fun. And right now, back in the days, I didn't see it this way. I get so stressed out whenever I get hit with difficulties. But over the years of building business, you come to realize that most problems can be solved and most things can be learned yourself. And over time, once you have this mindset, nothing really scares you anymore. Of course, I'm not in the big leagues yet, but it's something that really puts me in a place where I'm very grateful for the people I have around me. I'm very grateful for the progress that I have. And I'm sure that if you follow these steps, you will hit your first 100K really quick as well. So now once you're starting to make some money, the key now is to start scaling it up quickly. And the only way you can do this is by delegation. One of the first things I did when I had a bit of cash coming in was to hire people to help me with a task that was taking up a lot of my time, things that I didn't enjoy doing. I hired virtual assistants that can hire outreach, admin, and even some of the service delivery. At the same time, I started automating wherever possible. I live by this quote that anything that can be automated should be automated so that humans can do what humans do best. Whether that was using tools to send emails or software to handle customer service, these allowed me to focus on higher leverage tasks like selling and growing the business. The biggest mistake you can make is trying to do everything yourself. There you have it. This is the exact framework that I would follow to hit my first 100K USD if I had to start all over again. Start with a high ticket service, solve a real problem, use direct response marketing and creating an offer that people cannot refuse. Upskill yourself daily and make sure to scale up by delegation and automation. If you're in a similar spot right now, whether you're just starting out or you've hit a wall, these steps will definitely get you to your first 100K and beyond faster than you think. Just remember, don't overcomplicate it. Keep it simple, stay focused, and just execute. Right, thank you for watching, and if you found this video helpful, let me know in the comments what your biggest takeaways are. See you.